Okay, let's kick things off with the first one then. Picture this. Someone can't log into SAP. Common problem in many companies.
Happens all the time.
They ask for help. Now, normally, a human admin has to go into SAP, figure it out manually.
Right, poke around in the system.
But here, an AI agent can actually step in.
And the key thing, I think, is that this agent works on its own within SAP. It uses the SAP client tool.
So the same application a person would use.
Exactly the same interface.
Yeah.
The AI is essentially using the tool just like a person would.
Okay. So the agent gets the help request, uses that client tool to check the user's account, and then, get this, it actually drafts a reply email in Google Docs.
Yeah, in Google Docs, all ready for the administrator just to look over and send.
And that's a huge efficiency gain, isn't it?
Right.
The human admin, they just review and send.
Right.
They don't spend all that time logging in, navigating SAP, diagnosing the issue themselves. It frees them up.
Totally. They skip that whole manual investigation part. Just a quick glance at the email, click send. It really shows how these AI agents are getting, pretty sophisticated.
They can interact with, even control, the tools we use every day in a very sort of human-like way.
Yeah.
And the implication there is, well, quite something. If AI can handle these first steps, these troubleshooting bits.
And then what else?
Exactly. How many other, seemingly simple but actually time-consuming tasks could be automated like this?
Makes you think. Okay, let's move to demo number 2. This one's about processing orders from retail stores specifically.
Right. So imagine an AI agent. It's just part of its job is reviewing unread emails.
And the trigger here is it spots an order request from a store. Could be in the email body, could be in an attachment.
And it's not just flagging it, right? The next step is the AI agent actually calls the SAP gateway service
Automatically.
to create a sales order in SAP. So think about that flow. Email arrives, boom, order placed in SAP, no human data entry.
And the tech behind this is quite interesting. The agent uses the Gmail API.
The application programming interface.
Yeah, basically the hooks that let other software talk to Gmail. It reads the email, pulls out the info.
Even from attachments.
Even from attachments, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It figures out what details are needed, then it talks to the right SAP gateway service with all the correct parameters.
Wow. So SAP then generates the sales order, sends back the order number.
And the agent managed that whole sequence from email request to SAP order creation. And it's fast.
Very fast, I imagine.
It really highlights the speed and the autonomy you can get with these AI workflows. What used to be manual steps, data entry.
Now handled smoothly by the agent. That does feel like that vibe working idea in action.
Definitely.
Okay, our third demo. This one shifts focus a bit. It's about analyzing and visualizing data that's just visible right there on your screen. The scenario is pretty straightforward. Create a chart of the data on this screen.
Just like that. Just say it.
That's the power of it, apparently.
Yeah.
The Gemini model then uses its optical character recognition OCR to essentially read the data directly off the screen.
So it like sees the screen like a person? Kinda, yeah. If it's structured, like in a table, the AI can parse it, turn it into a usable format like CSV or JSON.
So it's basically taking a snapshot of the digital info you're looking at and making it something you can actually work with.
Exactly. But it doesn't stop there, just extracting the data. The model then uses its vision capabilities to understand the data and its chart generation capabilities to create an appropriate visual, like a chart, almost instantly.
Wow.
Now, for our fourth and final demonstration, we're looking at a task that, well, it often requires significant expertise and, frankly, a lot of time. Analyzing SAP error logs.
Ah, yes. The dreaded error logs. Those walls of cryptic text that can leave even experienced folks scratching their heads sometimes.
Exactly.
So here, the scenario is a user presents an SAP error log and just asks the AI, hey, figure out what caused this problem.
And, well, as anyone who's dealt with them knows, SAP error analysis is rarely simple.
No kidding.
It often means digging through just huge amounts of log data, right? Considering many different potential causes, sometimes even having to look at the underlying code. It's a task that really relies on experience and deep system knowledge.
For sure. But the potential for generative AI here, it feels really compelling. I mean, given enough data to learn from, and with their ability to handle really long context windows, long sequences of information.
Right, and process it quickly.
Yeah, and quickly search through logs. These AI models could potentially analyze errors much faster, maybe even more accurately, than human SAP experts might be able to down the line.
That's the key point, I think. While it's a really complex problem to solve, make no mistake.
Yeah.
The potential for AI to assist with these kinds of really intricate troubleshooting tasks, the ones that currently eat up so much expert time and effort, it's just enormous. It suggests a future where even very specialized problem solving can be significantly boosted by AI.
Okay. So we've seen 4 pretty different examples today, from, basic login help to handling complex error logs. What's the sort of main takeaway for you after seeing all this?
For me, it really underscores this idea that AI assistance is, well, it feels like it's right on the verge of significantly boosting how we actually work.
Hmm.
The ability of these AI agents to interact with our existing tools, our existing data, just using natural language,
Yeah.
that feels like a genuine step forward.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about ripping out and replacing all the software we already use.
No, not at all.
It's more like having this intelligent layer that can operate them for us based on simple, natural requests.
Precisely. Now, obviously, this kind of seamless integration, it's not going to happen automatically overnight.
Sure.
We'll definitely need to really look at our individual workflows, figure out where these AI agents can actually be best applied to, streamline things effectively.
It really makes you think, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With this kind of progress happening so fast, it feels quite possible that those of us working today, well, we might be among the last generation to handle many of these routine, maybe repetitive tasks in the same ways we're used to.
It's a pretty significant shift to think about, yeah. And it's probably worth mentioning that Google's been developing tools to help make this happen.
Okay.
Their agent development kit, the ADK, and something called the A2A protocol, they're basically designed to help create and enable smooth communication between these enterprise AI agents.
Ah, so the plumbing behind the scenes.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, the demonstrations we've been talking about, they were all actually built using that ADK.
Interesting. So maybe we really are entering a proper era of vibe working, like we said at the start, where those more mundane, repetitive tasks get handled by AI, freeing us humans up for the more creative, more intuitive work that, frankly, sparked this whole conversation in the first place.
Exactly. It's really about augmenting our own capabilities,
Right.
allowing us to focus on higher level thinking, strategy, innovation, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. Think about the routine parts of your own work. Which of those could potentially be handled in this kind of vibe working style we've explored today? And maybe more importantly, what new creative avenues might that actually open up for you? Definitely something to chew on.